Imagine this moment. Gay adult entertainment went from being underground entertainment to cultural documentation.
You know, you really do have a hot body.
Thanks. I try to keep it that way.
A moment when sex on film was about arousal, but also about identity, visibility, and survival.
What a great hot tub. We don't have many of these up north where I come from.
Yeah, I think it's for you. Oh, great, I'm waiting for you. Why don't you put that right here? Where do I sign here?
By the early 1980s, gay porn was at a crossroads. Having already evolved from the beefcake era of the 50s and 60s into full hardcore cinema in the 1970s. This decade would bring massive technological shifts, political hostility, and a public health crisis that would devastate the gay community. And somehow through all of that, the gay porn industry thrived. It expanded, professionalized, and became more visible than ever before. This is Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is Ike Grande, and if you watch gay porn, I've definitely helped you get off. Before the 1980s, filmmakers like Wakefield Poole had already proven that gay porn could be cinematic. His film Boys in the Sand was beautifully shot and had a structured narrative. It was an influential film that carried its pioneering presence into the 1980s, where directors began treating porn like cinema, using real lighting, edited pacing, and themed narratives of intentional fantasy construction. Gay porn was in no means mainstream film, but it was becoming its own genre with its own rules.
It looks as if they're just trying to cut too many corners to keep their costs down and their profits up. Here, let me show you one of these jock straps that we had shipped just last month. See what I mean?
I see you do have a problem.
You're on my mind. It's you now all the time. And I'll find a way to live my dreams today. As our heroes live his dreams, they show us.
The 1980s also created the gay porn star as a celebrity.
The defendant, please rise. You've been found guilty of the charges brought against you. Do you have anything to say before I pronounce sentence?
Would it do me any good if I did?
Performers were no longer anonymous bodies. They had names, personas, and fan followings.
Hi, I'm Steve Hansen. You'd probably see my brother Bill.
Magazines, video covers, and theater posters turned porn stars into recognizable icons who facilitated ideas of masculinity, desirability, and fantasy.
Hey, Robert, you going for your purple belt next week?
Yeah.
Call me early next week, and I'll work you.
Oh, gee, thanks.
All right.
On the other side of that comes the loss of lust, personalization, and imagination, making way for the money-making machine. The feeling of cultural discovery disappeared, now being less an extension of sexual desire and more a profession, craft, and quick source of under-the-table income.
You know, you're going to have a real full social life anyway. I don't know how anybody that looks as good as you couldn't possibly. Jesus.
Tell me more about back home. Did you have a girlfriend?
No, I'm kind of shy around girls. I just like to hang out with the guys, go out and do things, you know. Don't get the wrong idea, though.
What do you mean the wrong idea?
Well, I don't want you to think I'm queer.
Well, don't worry about it.
Well, I'm not.
Look, I wouldn't care if you were.
You wouldn't?
Now, I think guys can help each other out.
What do you mean help each other out? I mean, help each other out.
Performers who are predominantly heterosexual have played a significant role in the gay porn industry since it started. But in the 1980s, gay for pay became a standard practice in the industry, with some producers preferring to work with straight men due to their no-strings-attached approach to the business. This indeed is the moment the gay porn industry sold out. This is the moment when a new wave of porn succeeded in primarily documenting the fact that video sex had turned into a capitalist venture, with no notion of how this would inevitably lead to harmful effects on generations of gay men.
Are you willing to do anything for that kind of money?
What do you mean?
Nothing changed at the adult entertainment industry more than video home system, or VHS. Before home video, gay porn was largely confined to theaters and adult bookstores. VHS brought porn into private homes, and that changed everything.
The maker of the Beta machine has noticed as well, and now Sony will market hardware in VHS for the first time.
Gee, what would Larry do without it?
Probably live a very boring life.
Hi, when you...
Suddenly, distribution exploded, production costs dropped, studios multiplied, and niche fantasies flourished. Gay porn no longer needed the permission or ridicule of public spaces. It became personal, private, and widely accessible. This is when and how the industry truly scaled.
I was, like I said, a kid then. I'm sure no kid now. But I still like to play games.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear.
I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
The 1980s opened under conservative rule in the United States, with the newly elected president, Ronald Reagan, and his administration actively rolling back social progress and ignoring gay issues altogether.
We are all going through a difficult time concerning our personal rights. Rights guaranteed to us by the First Amendment. You see, the government is trying to censor what you want to hear, say, and think, even if it's in the privacy of your own home. They are trying to legislate new laws that apply censorship to videos, books, records, and photographs.
This moment collided with the gay men who were coming off the sexual liberation of the 1970s, an era when sex had become political, communal, and openly celebrated. Also, during this time, gay porn was more than entertainment, becoming one of the few spaces where gay men can see themselves reflected honestly, without apology or censorship. But then, everything changed.
Scientists at the National Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta today released the results of a study which shows that the lifestyle of some male homosexuals has triggered an epidemic of a rare form of cancer.
By the early 1980s, HIV/AIDS was spreading rapidly through gay communities, long before the government took meaningful action. The crisis reshaped gay life and gay porn. For over a decade, gay sex, both among men and gay sex performed in hardcore pornography, had experienced only the limits set by a sexually repressive society. There were no natural limits that threatened anyone's life. It also seemed that in sex, everything was possible.
But I believe that when one breaks the laws of nature and the laws of moral decency, and I do believe homosexuality is moral perversion, when we go against nature, and God, of course, is the creator of nature, we therefore pay the prices for that. We do reap it in our flesh when we violate the laws of God.
AIDS suddenly brought limits. What was in fashion pre-AIDS was now potentially fatal. Performers were dying, studios shutting down, audiences were terrified, men left the industry due to fear, illness, and death. And suddenly, gay porn found itself at the center of a moral and medical storm. Many studios adapted, and HIV testing protocols emerged while safe-sex debates exploded. The mid-1980s porn was a strange sexual hybrid. There was rarely any exchange in body fluids, and for good reason. A trend that inevitably and unknowingly led to a new genre, solos or autoerotica.
John Johnson. Sorry, I'm dressed the way I am. I rushed all the way over here from work. I heard you really going to see, so here I am.
As far as the modeling goes, I really haven't done much. I'm just getting into it right now, and I guess I'm starting off at the bottom, but you got to start somewhere and put your foot in the door.
Since men were choosing to stay home and practice abstinence, they were becoming more self-sexually reliant due to AIDS, and the solo market reflected this. Even with all this, at this point in time, there was a deeper battle taking place in the industry. Porn producers did not like the limits that were placed on them, believing that portraying safe sex in gay porn was accepting those limits, and thereby voiding what gay porn was meant to do: provoke and enjoy the fantasy. For these producers, condoms did the same thing, becoming political rhetoric that slowly infiltrated the fantasy of gay porn. Starting in 1987, both Catalina and Falcon Studios put a 3-minute instructional trailer produced by Gay Men's Health Crisis on their videotapes. Even as late as 1988, condoms were evident in only a minority of gay pornographic movies released. But when they are shown, the shots are explicit and close up to push the application of safe sex. Most producers of hardcore videos relied on naloxone 9 for protection from HIV and other STDs. Although stubbornness and denialism existed in the industry until as late as 1988, porn became one of the earliest spaces where gay men openly discussed sexual health, even when mainstream media refused to. By the mid-1980s, gay porn was documenting a community under siege. Bodies on screen reflected loss, fear, desire, and defiance. Gay porn, in all its glory and flaws, continued its radical push towards historical record, political statement, and being a cultural archive. It was not perfect, but even critics who hated pornography couldn't deny its cultural impact.
Tell us, what brought you to this company here?
Oh, I'm interested in getting into some modeling.
This company is a very exclusive company. We handle, all the big models in the country. We're always looking for new faces. And why don't you take the clothes off and get on with this interview.
Many studios now dominated the market, and video rental stores stocked gay titles. Porn stars crossed into mainstream visibility. Gay porn had become a full industry, economically, culturally, and globally.
Okay, for the first scene, I would like you, Toby, to go down on Randy.
And it did so while surviving one of the most devastating public health crises in modern history. The gay porn industry of the 1980s laid the groundwork for everything that followed. Today's debates and studies around representation, consent, safety, and identity all trace back to this era. The 1980s proved that gay porn wasn't going to be disposable. It was going to go down in history. And now, let's get on with the show. You've been watching Demystifying Gay Porn. I'm your host, Ike Grande. Demystifying Gay Porn can be found on every podcast directory as well as YouTube. Demystifying Gay Porn is on X, Facebook, Instagram, Substack, Threads. And if you like what you're watching or listening to and want to be a part of the process, head over to patreon.com/Demystifying Gay Porn, where you can support this podcast and YouTube channel, and I can continue making content like you've just enjoyed. As always, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, leave a comment, and let me know what else you'd like me to cover. This is Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is Ike Grande, and if you watch gay porn, I've definitely helped you get off.